Welcome to lesson 3. Let's talk about how to boost your energy. Looking at our packed menu, if somebody said, hey, I have really low energy, what can I do to address this? I'd say, great, that's probably the easiest fix of everything. I would start with sleep. Are you in bed 8 hours before you waking up? Are you on a consistent sleep schedule? Are you doing the things that'll help you get to sleep? Are you having caffeine in the afternoon? Are you having alcohol in the evening? Talk more about that, but sleep's going to be number one. Then we're going to look at your morning and evening routines. These help set you up for the day. They get you in circadian rhythm. Are you doing what needs to be done when you first wake up and before you go to bed to make sure that your sleep is sound and that you're in a good rhythm and routine? Then we'll talk about daily activity, just staying active, getting your walking, getting your steps in after meals. We'll look at your stress, removing sources of stress and getting better sources of stress relief, including breathing. Then we'll look at your nutrition. Are you eating too much? That's going to make you feel tired. Are you drinking enough water? If not, that's commonly going to make you feel tired if you're not drinking enough water. Talk about breathing, increasing our cardio. The right amount of cardio, not too much, but that's going to boost your energy. So will strength and mobility training. The right amount of training is going to get your energy moving in the right directions. Then let's talk about meditation and microdosing protocol. So let's dive a little bit deeper. Improving sleep is the fastest way to boost your energy. Stick to a routine. Bedtime and wake up time at the same time, 7 days per week, plus or minus 30 minutes is ideal. Keep your room cold and dark. Use it only for S&S, sleep and sex. Now I read in bed, but ideally, just use it for sleep and sex. Get your AM and evening routines to establish your energy boosting routine. Morning, water, gratitude, stretch, sunshine in the morning is key to setting your circadian rhythm. Is it possible every day? No, it's not. But if you can, it's great to do. No big meals after 7 p.m. actually helps a lot. No screens in bed. I don't follow this too well. I look at a dark screen, but still, it's probably better if I didn't look at my screen in bed. Delay your morning caffeine at least 90 minutes after you wake up. Have that water first. Have a meal first. Then have some caffeine. You'll get better effects from it, and you won't need as much caffeine the rest of the day. In fact, I have one coffee, and ideally, you don't have any caffeine in the afternoon and don't have alcohol in the evening. If you do, have very little. But try to get your alcohol in earlier so it doesn't affect your sleep. Breathe through your nose during the day and when sleeping. You can use a chin strap to keep your chin closed. That's my number one thing I use. The nasal dilator, like intake, to keep your nose open. Mouth tape, I use hostage tape if I want to keep my mouth really shut. And if you have sleep apnea, wear your CPAP. If I had to go back in time to my dad, I would punch him in the gut and say, wear your CPAP. You're killing yourself because your sleep is terrible. Do these things when you're awake. Learn to breathe through your nose. It's huge health benefits all the way around. Great for energy boosting. Walk throughout the day. Stay active throughout the day, especially after meals. This prevents a glucose and insulin spike, which results in an energy crash, and it results in cravings because all of that insulin spike made all that glucose pull out of your blood and go into your fat cells. So, walking after meals will help prevent that. Also, eliminate unnecessary sources of stress. Find healthier ways to relieve stress because stress spikes your glucose. And then if you don't take activity, you're not fighting or flighting, your body's going to spike your insulin again. Pull that glucose in your fat cells, make you hungry, make your energy crash. So get good at pausing before you respond to somebody. Breathe, be calm, have less stress in your life. It'll boost your energy. Stress is toxic to energy. Modern man is overstressed despite having more wealth, more safety, more convenience than any other time in human history. You would think with everything we've had and all our technology and all our comforts, we would be living it easy. No, we're overstressed because we're so focused on what we don't have and comparing ourselves to everybody else who all appear to be happier and healthier than we are. You've got everything you need to be happy and healthy. Focus on what you can. Nobody else is going to be as happy and healthy as the man who focuses on his own shit and takes care of his health and happiness. Nutrition-wise, keep your meals smaller and lower in carbs, especially if activity levels are low. Stick to meats, eggs, fruits, and veggies, plus high-protein dairy if dairy works for you. It doesn't work for a lot of people. So that could be a protein shake, that could be Greek yogurt, that could be cottage cheese. Add grains and starches around workouts. This is optional. But don't go crazy with them. So I basically just say, I want to have a huge bowl of pasta, I'm going to have a half a bowl of pasta. It's usually more. I usually would eat 2 or 3 bowls of pasta. So then I can allow myself to have one. But again, depends how much activity I'm doing. If I'm not doing much activity, I'm not really going to have much pasta, cereal, rice. Have plenty of water all day long, especially in the morning. You're dehydrated. Personal preference. A lot of people recommend stop drinking 2 hours before bed. I found it doesn't make a difference. I'm getting up to pee no matter what. So I like to drink tea, relax in the evening before going to bed. I'm getting up to pee either way. Do the right amount of cardio, strength, and mobility. Don't do too much. Workouts should leave you feeling energized when you're done, not drained. Delayed onset muscle soreness, or DOMS, which is going to happen after you do any sort of training. The goal is to keep that to a 3 or 4 or less on a scale of 1 to 10. If you're getting any higher than that, you overdid it, and people tend to overdo it when starting out. So it's okay if you're like, I'm super sore, I've overdid it. All right, just do a little bit less next time. You'll be a lot less sore, and then you can increase bit by bit over time. But the goal is always to be around a 3, no matter how advanced you get, no matter how crazy your workouts are. Your body will adapt. Where you're only at a 2 to 3 soreness level, you're sitting pretty, even after doing a ton of work. That's where you want to be. Meditation and microdosing is excellent for calming the body and mind, improving ability to rest, sleep, recover, and heal. It leads to mental clarity, which leads to physical zest. And it leads to the ability to rest and sleep better. I like to take some gummies, psilocybin gummies in the evening, help me sleep better. Meditation in the evening helps me sleep better. When I wake up in the middle of the night, my mind is racing. Meditation helps calm the mind down. I'm not going to get up and exercise. I don't want to get up and look at my phone. It's the last thing you want to do. Lay in bed, focus on your breathing, watch the coming and going of your thoughts. No judgment. Feel all your muscles relax. Before you know it, your alarm's going off. Hours have passed. Feels like you just sat there for a few minutes. Good luck trying to accomplish anything of significance with low energy. Luckily, low energy is the fastest fix in fitness. You can turn this around in days, if not weeks, especially with focusing on sleep. But just these little things, like picking up energy is fast. Building muscle, slow. Losing fat, slow. Getting rid of pain can be slow. Boosting your energy, a lot of times, can be very fast.